Welcome to PTE updates. For more videos, subscribe our channel.
I thought the midterm exam was only worth half of our course grade. I'll be in my office every day from 11 to 12. I'll check again, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to read chapter 2. I've got a tutorial in an hour and I haven't had any time to prepare for it. It is important that you work as a team on this project. It is important to take genders into account when discussing the figures. It is important to take genders into account when discussing the figures. It's time to finalize the work before the Wednesday seminar. It's time to finalize the work before the Wednesday seminar. Journalism is the collection and publication or transmission of news. Journalism is the collection and publication or transmission of news. The computer viruses have destroyed all my files.
I marvelled at how often powerful feel powerless. But in the face of this sense of disempowerment, there's no decline in involvement in organisations which seek to share wealth and opportunities, which seek to protect one another's rights and work towards the common good. According to the UN, civil society groups have grown 40-fold since the turn of the last century. Last century. Internationally, the non-profit sector is worth $1 trillion. There are 700,000 not-for-profit organisations in Australia alone. 700,000. The UN recognises 37,000 specifically civil society organisations across the globe working in international relief and gives accreditation to many of them. This profound movement towards harnessing voices and resources from outside the realm of governments and officialdom reflects a growth in trust. The third sector, NGOs. Putnam, who discovered in the field of local government in Italy, the best predictor of governmental success was the strength and density of a region's civic associations.
This is the first ocean deployment of two new high-precision instruments designed to monitor the Earth's signals from the seafloor. This housing contains the tilt meter and nano-bottom pressure recorder and the associated electronics and cabling used for power and communications. The instruments were deployed on the seafloor by a remotely operated vehicle as part of the Mars Seafloor Observatory testbed located at a depth of 3,000 feet in Monterey Bay, and connected to the coast of California 32 miles away by power and communication cables. Tilt meters detect movements in the seafloor caused by volcanic activity associated with magmatic intrusions and eruptions of submarine volcanoes. The new high-precision tilt meter inside this housing can detect a tilt or rise equivalent to the height of a penny over a distance of 5 miles. Nano-bottom pressure recorders monitor oceanographic and earthquake-generated signals so precisely they can detect a change in sea level as small as the thickness of a piece of paper. The new nano-recorders can distinguish between oceanographic signals and seismic signals from earthquakes, potentially improving tsunami forecasts. In this first test deployment in the ocean, they have already detected the ground motion from several large earthquakes, as far from the Mars site as Chile and the Mariana Trench. In the future, the instruments will be part of a global network of cabled seafloor observatories. Because of their precision, these two new instruments are already detecting signals which could never be measured before, revealing new oceanographic, biological, and seismic secrets of our Earth.
This is a bomb calorimeter. This is the actual piece of equipment that researchers use to calculate the energy content of either biodiesel or maybe even the potato chips that you had for lunch today. When they calculate the amount of energy, they're going to calculate it in heat units, which would either be joules or calories. I want you to look inside the bomb calorimeter. Inside here, you can see that there's a silver bucket. Water goes all in here. And this is actually the bomb. It's a smaller silver cylinder. What you do is put your fuel sample in there. Then, these two electrodes are connected to the bomb. These provide the spark that will ignite your sample. When your sample burns or combusts, that gives off energy. So how is the energy collected, or how does a scientist figure out how much energy is being given off? Well, it's a closed system. There's a lid here that goes on top of this calorimeter. And what's in here in the lid is a stirrer. The stirrer is going to stir the water that's in this big pool here, so that the heat given off from the sample is going to warm the water in a uniform way. This is the temperature probe. This goes down in the water also and measures the change in temperature, because as the sample is burned, it'll give off heat and the temperature of the water will increase. So the lid goes on, the sample is prepared. The last thing that you need to make a combustion reaction happen is oxygen. And at some point during the process, some oxygen is added by a tank that's connected to the calorimeter here. So we are going to burn a sample of the biodiesel that you've prepared and get some feedback on the energy content of it. You'll be able to use this to compare it to petroleum-based fuels like octane.
Which section of a newspaper gives the editor an opinion? What do you call the middle of something? What instrument would you use to examine very small life forms? What is the destructive program that spreads from computer to computer? What term is issued for animal that gives birth to its young? What is the piece of paper that you receive after you have bought an item? What do you call the document that tells your qualification and work experience? What do we call a period of 10 years? A specialist who repairs leaking water pipes is called what? A famous canal links to the Mediterranean Sea with the Indian Ocean. Is it the Corinth or the Suez Canal?